Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I guess it's been a minute since I've actually uploaded a video. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this one. I just feel like I need to make something. And I'm getting ready for work, so I figured I'd just make a get ready with me talk throughing thing. Basically, I'm gonna be doing my makeup and rambling. I have some moisturizer here. Lately, I've been mixing my foundation with my moisturizer because this moisturizer I got, like, if I put it under foundation, it all just like slips around on top and doesn't work well. But if I blend them together, it works nicely. Plus, it doesn't need to look fantastic. I'm really just going to work. Speaking of work, I got a job. I don't know. So basically, life update. Who knows if you like actually follow me or anything. Apparently I have 38 subscribers now, mostly because of my non-aloe sunburn video. Because suddenly that got like 6,000 views. I'm just like, whatever, okay. And yeah, so hi 38 people who subscribe to my channel. 3 of which are people that actually watch me. Hi Jordan, hi Zach, hi Hannah. Y'all are the best, love you. Yeah, so I got married in June. That was exciting. And my husband and I moved to Sunnyvale, California. Jordan, I know you're like screaming that I am applying foundation with my fingers. Just get over it, it's fine. I should be using a brush, but I don't have the effort in me and I don't have really a clean brush. So we moved up here, and for the first few weeks I was just kind of enjoying the freedom, I guess, of like not having school and not having a job and just hanging out, and it was fun. But then my husband started going to work. James did. He has a name. And then I was stuck alone home all day, and then that got really boring really quickly. And it was just like sad being alone all the time. So I was like, I should finally like actually start looking for a job. Because I have like some part-time work that I was doing, but I wanted to actually meet people since I know nobody in the area that we moved to. And so I started applying, and then randomly got a call from a recruiter one day and ended up getting a job at Apple, working under a company contracted by them to do graphic production work. And so now I'm doing that. I can't talk about it all that much because, you know, Apple's kind of hush hush. But that's been super exciting. So I like had a couple weeks of training for that, and then they just kind of put me in, and I've been working, and it's been fun. I've really been enjoying the job so far. It is technically like a temporary position. I'm hoping they'll keep me on afterwards, but who knows? I have that going for another month and a half, at least. And then I think if they offer me an extension, I'll probably take it because it's nice. And it's kind of cool to have my first job out of college be working for Apple. So that's fun. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm currently getting ready for work. Unfortunately, since it's Apple, they really don't give a crap about like hair and style and whatever, as long as you look reasonable. But people there love my hair, and I've been dyeing it as per usual, so that's fun. But overall in life, I've been lonely, I guess. Like, even though I have like James here and I get to come home to him every night, and that's like really nice, but it's lonely like not having friends. And we've been going to a church and like kind of meeting some people through that, but that too is just like, it's a process to get to know people, and I think I just keep expecting everything to just happen instantly, and I keep forgetting that it's a process and things take time, which is just annoying. Because I want instant gratification on everything, and I'm not always the most patient person when it comes to a lot of things. And I realized last night that my whole life I've gone through, like even from childhood, I like come up with all these possible situations of how things go in my mind, especially when I'm like coming into like a new opportunity or something I've never done before, and I get like all these ideas of like what it's gonna be like, and it's gonna be so awesome, and this will happen, and I can just play it out like a movie in my head. I'm like, wow, it's gonna be so much fun, and then I actually go and do the thing, and it's never like what I imagine, which can ultimately be kind of disappointing. And I mean, sometimes it's better than what I imagine, but for the most part I feel unfulfilled because the things that I expected to happen don't happen. So then I just kind of get into a funk. And I've really been realizing that with school starting back up and seeing all my friends from college who are like younger than me and like didn't graduate yet, as they're all going back to school, I'm having all those same feelings that I did going into like freshman year, and actually going into each year. I would always think like, oh, like this is gonna happen, I'm gonna hang out with all these people, and we're gonna like go do these all fun things, and it's gonna be such a great time. And then that never really happened. And I think now, coping with the fact that I'm not going back to college, it like kind of sucks, because I'm like, I don't want to regret anything that happened. There's literally no reason to, because I can't go back and change anything, but it is still a little like hurtful to myself that things didn't turn out the way I expected. But it's also okay. But then I also get afraid for the rest of my life, basically. Because I'm just thinking like, oh, what if because I come up with all the situations in my head for the rest of my life, and like 100 different career paths I could do, and all these like exciting things I want to do in my life. And I'm like, okay, but what if none of those ever happen either? And then like, I don't want to keep going on being disappointed for the rest of my life. And so I've just kind of been feeling lost, and it's rough, because then I get into weird battles with myself of like, oh, well, you don't even like know how to make friends, or you don't know what you're doing in your career. And I have this weird balance of a lot of pride and yet a lot of fake confidence, or not even fake confidence, just like self-doubt. So I'm like, yeah, I can do anything I want in the world. I can be successful at whatever I put my mind to. And then I'm also like, but I'm gonna be a failure at literally anything I try. It's weird in here. So yeah, I've kind of just been lost, is how I've been feeling lately. And it sucks, because I want to feel like I'm in some sort of control of my life, and I feel like I am. I just don't know what I'm controlling it towards. And I've been like learning different things about like self-help and manifesting your dreams, and like trying to be more in touch with God, and just like, I feel like I've been trying to take all these steps to try to discover where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do. But at this point, everything's just uncertain. And so I just don't really understand where I'm supposed to go from here. because I have so much of my life ahead of me too, which is another thing I've been realizing. I think I'm impatient in the sense that I've been expecting myself to be like so much further ahead in life by now, but I'm literally 22 and I just graduated college. Like, no one else is really expecting that much of me at this point. I'm just like overly expectant of myself, and it's kind of weird. And so I'm like, part of me wants to be like the owner of a company one day and be a CEO of probably a design firm, and I want to be like a guest on podcasts, and I want like some sort of relevance, and yet I also don't want to I get freaked out when there's like too much attention on me. Again, it's a weird balance, and I don't really know how to handle it. So it's not that life is bad, it's just that life is confusing for the moment, I'd say. There's just like so many possibilities out there that I don't know what to pursue, because part of me is like, oh, what if I just dedicated my whole life to art and making beautiful things that can speak to people and help people, because I think ultimately I want to help people in some way, but I gotta admit I have some pride in there too, and like I do want recognition. It sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. And yeah, I have all these ideas of like, oh, YouTube channel, so much fun, and then I'll record a whole bunch of content that never sees the light of day, because by the time it comes to editing, I just have no motivation whatsoever, and I'm just like, no one's gonna watch it, why should I put it out? And I think that is the reason that I haven't been successful so far, is because I've been going at it with the idea that I need to do it for other people, and I really need to be pursuing things for, well, selfishly myself, because otherwise I'm not going to enjoy doing things solely for other people. Like, I need to do it because I enjoy it, and things aren't going to be easy, so I might as well do the things that, even if they're difficult, I'll still enjoy, if that makes sense. So I'm like, yeah, I could do YouTube, or I could go into music or art, or I could just really work on being a fantastic designer and working up to having my own design agency. But I also could like open a coffee shop and do people's makeup, or literally the possibilities are endless at this point in time. And I'm really thankful for James, because he's like so supportive of like literally anything I want to do, because he's like, yeah, like, I don't care if you want to not have a job, as long as we can afford for just him to work. He's willing to let me pursue anything, because he just loves me so much that he wants me to do what I want to do, which is just kind of crazy. But then I feel bad, because I want him to be able to do what he wants to do too, but fortunately he actually loves his work, but it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. So I've kind of just been toying with a bunch of ideas and trying to figure out the balance between now having free time as an adult, because work gets left at work, which is fantastic, I am enjoying not having like homework that I have to come home and do every night. However, my natural laziness default is to just sit down and watch Netflix because I can be so indecisive that rather than making a decision and committing to following a dream that I have, I am just like, well, I could just do nothing instead. And doing nothing is really easy. And James and I noticed that we had, we both were kind of doing the same thing. We would like sit down and just like watch shows together, but not really care. And we would just be feigning interest for the other person, be like, yeah, this show is fun. When in reality, neither of us were finding any fulfillment in it. And so we agreed that, yeah, it's important to have times of just relaxing and kind of mindlessly watching something, but we can't let ourselves get into a pattern of it. So we determined that we would limit ourselves to 3 episodes of any given thing in a week, just so we're not just constantly binge watching things and regretting it later. And so I think that's going well so far. And like last night, for instance, it gave us individually the freedom to, like, I had a project that I had to work on, and he had some things that he really wanted to do as far as like game programming, which is something that he's really interested in wanting to pursue more. So I think and that was a change that we just realized literally 2 days ago. So last night it went well, and I think it'll continue to be a good habit for us in developing. And again, I'm struggling with the patience of actually realizing not all these big, crazy, life-altering changes are gonna happen in the span of 48 hours. Things take time, and I think I'm learning more about myself, and I'm learning more about James, and I'm learning more about life in general, and what I can do to kind of enjoy my life to the best of my ability. And it's a journey, I'll say that much. And I'm trying to enjoy the process, because that's something I struggle with, because I'm always really looking for results and end product, and like what's like the ultimate highest goal of achievement, because I'm just naturally a competitive perfectionist person, and so I don't always understand how to just take things as they are and don't take the process for granted, and instead just enjoy my life. I think my makeup's done, and I think I've talked through some life things. Yeah. And I think one thing that's been teaching me patience is my fitness journey that I'm on, because I've been lifting weights, and I think to actually like lose fat and keep it off, it like you can't do it. It's not something that you can do quickly, and I've always been looking for just like quick fixes, instant results, and it just doesn't work. But I've been doing weight training and having a plan and just being consistent with it, and I've realized that's really the most important thing, is patience and consistency. And I think I need to take that and apply it to other parts of my life as well. And I need some sort of lip product. Lately I've really just been putting chapstick on. because sometimes I don't always have like a good lip color to go between my hair and my makeup. I don't always have a good lip color to go with things. But that feels pretty cute. Thanks for listening, I guess, if you did. These are just all the thoughts and things that have been rambling in my head for the last couple weeks, I suppose. Life is crazy and it goes on, and I'm realizing I just need to find smaller goals like within the journey and not necessarily be working towards like one big giant goal that might not even be possible for me, when instead I can be working towards like a small achievable goal that ultimately will help me be happy. Like I don't want everything to just be like, oh, the point of life is to be happy, but I want to feel some sort of satisfaction and be doing something for me rather than feeling like my whole life is just for other people, because I think I should be able to enjoy my life because it's mine and it's only here for a bit. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.